Welcome! Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Oh,
Jacques,
oh,
what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hello to everybody. We
hey,
taking a loss like a man.
hey, there we go. Hey, I had us down. I had us losing this game, man. And the way we lost it, I'm fine with it. It doesn't pain me. Actually, the team that should really be questioning themselves and kind of shaking in their boots is the Steelers. You allowed the Titans to come back. You only scored 3 points in the second half. You allowed us to come back, stay in the game. A missed field goal. I guarantee you, people, if Viskowski didn't miss that field goal, I think we would have won the game.
Yep, in
Like, literally,
overtime.
I know we would have won the game. Like,
Yep,
literally, I know that.
absolutely.
So just to experience what we've experienced, I think this is a good loss. Let's get
Yep,
it out the way because we're not gonna go in the season undefeated. Let's get this loss on. I'd rather lose
right.
to the Steelers versus losing to somebody like the
Like the
Bengals
Jags.
or the Jags.
Right,
Exactly.
right,
So
right.
this is a respectable loss.
It
Two
is.
good teams. I respect the Steelers. Of course, the Steelers now respect the Titans. I mean, Tomlin was talking like good stuff about us. So, hey, we lost, but we lost with dignity, and we took it on the chin, and we stood 10 toes down.
That's right. That's right. So you had two undefeated teams playing against each other, man. It was a battle. Okay. We all know as Titan fans how sick we felt in the first half. Okay. And rightfully so. Like I was throwing things. I was just, flipping in my chairs. Like I can't believe I'm seeing this, right? We were down 20 in the first half, right? The Steelers had scored 17 points in the second quarter alone, right? And I was like, man, you can't play no worse than this. And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, well, one, we hadn't been on offense. In the first quarter, we were on offense for 1 minute. I'm like, well, we hadn't had an opportunity really to get on the field. Then when we finally started getting on the field and started, making plays, I mean, it was we had a real big penalty that really hurt us in the second with John Smith on the holding play because we were moving the ball. But besides that, I felt we were very efficient in running the ball, moving the ball, throwing, all those things. So, again, much respect to the Steelers. I know in the preseason when we talked about our win and loss record, I thought we would lose to the Steelers, but I did have a change of thought after watching film that we would beat them, but barely, right? And so, again, like you said, Jacques, I didn't expect the Titans to go undefeated. Let's just be realistic. We're gonna lose some games, and so, I'm okay. No one wants to lose, but
Right.
I was so proud of how hard we played in the second half, and that we did not give up. Big Jeff is speaking on like, these are my dogs. I'm here, right? We're going to do this thing. And so I really feel a sense of pride with the Titans where they did not give up. And I think that's going to bode well for them in the future, where if we see these Steelers again in the playoffs, it'll be a welcome match. I think we'd be ready for them, right? There'll be some
Hey,
things we do differently. So,
like I said when we did the podcast with the Steel Curtain, and shout out to them. It was fun. We really
yep,
appreciate it, guys. Once again, SB Nation, thank you again. But like I told Steelers fans, I said you will get this one. I said, but come playoff time, when we do see you again, that's not going to happen again. Something about Vrabel is Vrabel doesn't make the same mistake twice, okay? And we're starting to see this with his coaching career. I mean, even with the early games we had, the teams that we did lose to last year, we ended up beating them this year. So once he has tape on you, hey, it's almost something where, okay, I got film on you. I understand how you work. I understand how you work. I understand your schemes. Let's get it. So
yep,
Steelers fans, hey, congratulations, but get ready, strap your chin straps up. It's not
yep,
going to be first. It's not going to be an easy road for them going forward either,
yep.
and it's not going to be an easy road for us going forward. But I have more confidence in when it gets into when it really counts in playoff time. People, Titans Nation, trust me, we will win. We will beat them. We will see them again, and we will beat them this time.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yes.
so we know we didn't come out the opposite end with winning.
Yep.
So can you give us the people reasons we lost?
So, I think the Steelers thought coming to this game, a la even Ryan Clark, the former Steeler, the ESPN analyst, thought that they would beat us physically, right? And, even on the play that Spillane, the linebacker, the former Titan at that, right? Robert Spillane, on the play where Derrick Henry ran down the middle to try to score the touchdown on the goal line, though we did score on the drive. Let's not forget that. We did score. Robert Spillane popped Derrick Henry. I will give him that. But you do know Spillane got the worst of this, right? Spillane left the game, and I hope he's okay. I think he hurt his shoulder or whatever. So I was thinking of anything coming to the game that, one thing that could be a challenge for us could be that they can match us physically, right? I ain't gonna say out physical us, but Ryan Clark was like, well, we pop Derrick Henry and we'll do this. I didn't feel that was the case. The Titans were not scared. The Titans came in ready to battle, okay? So I'm gonna throw that out there to say that though that was the talk of the week, that Derrick Henry and the offense was gonna get punked, that didn't happen. We lost because of our defense, okay? The Tennessee Titans are the worst in the NFL on third down. If you didn't know that already, okay? Statistically, that is a fact. From an opinion standpoint, it's a fact. Fans, how many times on third down? It could be 31, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 33. They still get the first down. I'm like, can't they just stop them on third down?
Yep.
First down, second down, the defense, they do a decent job. For some reason, we could not get them off the field on third down. So we have been saying for the longest time, the reason we lost this game is because we do not have a defensive leader on our defense, as in a defensive coordinator, okay? Vrabel is being stretched thin. He's, with the offense and the defense and things, and at times when it's on offense, he's still coaching. He should be back in the back talking to the defense. Hey, guys, let's get it up. Let's go. Let's quit playing around with these guys. Let's do this. So defensively, it's the issue. And I like how we played better in the second half. We made the right adjustments. I told you, Jacques, the one thing I noticed that they should have done, okay, I'm going to say this moving forward. If we're winning the game, I'm okay of how we play defense if we back them off a bit and allow them to throw the ball but not score, touchdowns, sort of bend, don't break, waste a lot of time, get the game moving, especially if we have the lead. But if we're behind, we have to be more aggressive on defense. Our corners need to step up, play more cover 0, cover 1, even our safeties and things, being more available in the deep part of the fields, not coming down so much, right? We really need them to be more aggressive on defense. We have a Super Bowl offense, Jacques.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Y'all hear me, fans? Y'all hear me good and clear. Understand what I just said. We have a Super Bowl offense, but our defense is playing like a 6-10 team right now. Maybe even 5-11, the way our defense is playing. If we could get them to about 9-7, we can win the Super Bowl. We lost because of defense. Our offense was straight. Defense. What about for you, sir?
It's what you call a tale of two halves, my friend. Okay? First of all, like you said earlier, we only had with the ball in the first half about a minute or so. And mistakes is what killed us. And we know on defense, if your offense stalls out, which was happening a lot the first half, then what happens is your defense has to pick up the slack and get them off the field on third down. Of course, we're not doing that. We haven't been doing that since the season start, and we still haven't did it to this point, right? Now,
no paper.
Big Ben and the Steelers didn't do nothing special. I've actually seen better Steelers teams in the past than the one that we have now. He's used to throwing north. I'm seeing a lot of east and west, a lot of dink and dunks, a lot of outside routes. Diontae Johnson was killing us, man. Like, he was killing us. He was killing Butler, literally.
Yeah. But
then the second half comes along, and now you're playing catch-up, okay? You can't play your game. What's your game? Just slow the clock down. Run Derrick Henry, play action. Run Derrick Henry, play action. Run Derrick Henry, touchdown, or play action, touchdown. You know what I mean? So, like you said, it's defense. I mean, us not having a defensive coordinator, I think, is the worst play coaching decision I think Vrabel has done so far in his coaching career. Literally, the worst coaching call. I don't care. People, Vrabel is so, and he needs to come down off his high horse. Get off the chair, man. And it's okay to have a little change in there, right? I know he said once before he didn't want to bring in a defense coordinator to break up the continuity. I get that. I definitely get that. But then I start questioning when your defense looks how it's been looking throughout the season. Then you get rid of Jarrell Casey and Logan Ryan, who had productive years here, right?
Yes.
I understand the money. I understand the business part of it, business aspect. But then we have Clowney out here, who we knew, we called it. We said he's not a sack artist.
Not a sack artist.
He's not a sack artist.
Nope.
Now, he did make some plays today, but they're far in between, okay? Far in between.
Really are.
So imagine if we still had Logan. Imagine if we had Casey, the intensity that we had with Jeff. The defense maybe still would be how it is, but I would feel a little bit more comfortable with the defense with that personnel, right? Vic Beasley hasn't done nothing. I mean, we got some of the best personnel on paper, man. This should be a Super Bowl defense. But I also understand coming into the season, they have to gel. They have to get comfortable with each other. Coaches have to make this. And even with Shane Bowen listening to his press conference early in the week, he doesn't sound confident.
Nope, he doesn't.
He doesn't sound confident at all. He sounds like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing, okay? Now, we go to the second half, right?
Yep.
I can tell you, it's a tale of two halves, okay? We got the first half, we didn't do nothing. We get the second half. Hey, the Steelers, what happens with the Steelers? Whoever made the adjustments, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Shane. I don't know if it was Vrabel. And you did say, is it Jim Tressel?
Yep.
Jim Tressel, you said, was on the sideline. I know you told me that earlier.
Yep, he was.
I almost would think, was he making an adjustment? Somebody made adjustments somewhere, because after that, I see Chris Jackson. I see personnel changes. I see Fulton is not in the game as much. I see Chris Jackson out there. I see Jayon playing a little bit more deeper. I'm like, okay, Jayon's playing more deeper. He's making plays.
Yep.
What is going on? What happened? So you made adjustments kind of too late, right?
Yep.
You should have made them a little bit earlier. And then I can't even blame Gostkowski. I know he's been missing field goals, people, but I can't blame him for the loss. This strictly goes on the defense, literally. On the defense. The defense has to have a come to Jesus moment in that meeting room and say, hey, guys, we suck, okay? How can we pick ourselves up? They know they can't get out the field on third down. They know this. So what do you do to fix it? Butler? I can't harp on Butler too much, but I can, right? We pay you $10 million, dog. But you're not paying like a $10 million man. You're paying more like a $1 million man right now. So I think they need to do some self-evaluation and get it together. But the reason why we lost, defense, dog.
Defense. And then, I want to add one thing to that, too. Mm-hmm. What I was telling you the other day, and I'm going to bring this up on different shows, too, about our defense, just so people can understand why we're frustrated on how our defense is playing. 6 out of the 11 starters on our defense are first-round picks. Fans, did y'all know that? Did you know? Oh, if you didn't know that, let me recap them for you.
Count them off.
Our defensive end, Jadeveon Clowney, first-round pick. First pick of the draft at that. Jeff Simmons, our nose tackle, first-round pick.
People, first round.
First round. Defensive end, Vic Beasley, right? Top 10 pick when he was drafted out of Clemson, right?
First round.
First round. Rashaan Evans, first-round pick out of Alabama, right? 3 years ago, right? First-round pick. That's 4. Adoree Jackson, he hasn't played. Adoree Jackson, first-round pick, right? Kenny Vaccaro, our starting free safety, first-round pick, okay? All right? So these guys are first-round picks. 55% of our defense are first-round picks. So we should be doing better. We have the personnel. We got to get better in coaching. Flat out, guys. Just flat out, man. Defense. So had to throw that in there, Jacques.
Hey, so, that's facts. No
yes, sir. Yes, sir. For those that don't know, what type of investment and what type of moves we've made to make our defense better. It hasn't happened.
What they say, the more you know, the more you know, literally, the more you know.
Yep. So Jacques, looking at this game, a lot of promise. The Tennessee Titans is a playoff team. I really think we're some schemes away from making it deep in the playoffs, even up to the Super Bowl. Okay. But as we know, we lost. And there's definitely adjustments that need to be made. So the question I have for you, first of all, in this part of the season, can we, as the Tennessee Titans, make adjustments? And if so, how can we make those adjustments?
Okay, so part 1. Can we make adjustments? Yes, we can. Okay, it's still early in the season, people. Think about it. We've only played 6 games. Okay, we're 5-1. Now, I'd rather be 5-1 than 2-3, 3-2, 4-4. I'd rather be that. Okay. How I know we can make defensive adjustments is we did it in the second half, Hawk. Mm-hmm. We did it in the second half. We did it in the Bills game, okay? The key is, can you be consistent with it? You know I preach consistency all the time, man. That's my biggest harp about this team is consistency. And we finally got to the point where we're consistent. Now we're kind of taking a step back. We're digressing, okay? It's going to take some self-evaluation, 1, on the players and the coaches. Hell, probably even John Robinson might have to step in and say, hey, Vrabel, I know this is your team. I know you're running your offense. But, brother, hey, something's going to have to give. We're going for the juggernaut, okay? We didn't sign Clowney for no reason. We don't have Vic Beasley for no reason. We didn't go out and sign everybody. We didn't sign Tannehill and Henry. We're going for the juggler. And the juggler is the Super Bowl, right? We got to the AFC Championship. We tasted the cake, but we didn't get to eat the whole thing, right? We got a taste of it. Everybody got a taste of blood. It's like a shark in the water. Taste of blood. So, do I think we can? Yes, we can. How do we do it? Well, one, whoever made that adjustment, and I know Vrabel's very secretive. He's a very secretive person about his team, right? He's not going to give you too much. We barely even knew Shane Bowen had COVID, okay? But whoever made those adjustments, do it again, okay? But when you do it early, okay? Like I said, when I was watching the game, that second half, there was personnel adjustments. Literally. Chase Claypool, he only had one catch for -2 yards. That means you schemed against him, but you forgot about everybody else, right?
That's facts, sir.
You forgot about Diontae Johnson, who was out here killing it. Literally.
Even Smith-Schuster had a good game.
Hey, had a good game. So I know Diontae Johnson is fast. Well, people, if you don't understand, our 7th round pick for Marshall, Chris Jackson, is just as fast, right? That's an observation that I'm seeing about this kid. He has speed, right? I understand that's if Adoree was in the game, I would have, hey, Diontae, that's your guy, right? We know Adoree struggles with smaller, quicker receivers. We know that. We got that, right? But you have to make personnel adjustments. If anybody plays Madden, you know you make personnel adjustments if something is going wrong, right?
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, maybe Shane Bowen is not the guy. Jim Tressel, he was a coach. He was a head coach for the Saints, man. I think he knows a little bit about defense, calling of defensive plays, right? Maybe you need to get advice from him. Maybe you need to allow him to call the plays. Maybe he needs to be a consultant to Shane and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Not saying you have to change it, but hey, this is what I'm seeing. Hey, make this adjustment, make that adjustment. Because I see a tale of two teams, literally. I'm looking at the first half, I'm like, okay, this same on defense. I look at the second half, I'm like, first of all, I see intensity. I saw physical. They were physical, literally. They were more physical than the Steelers. And we know the Steelers is known for being a physical team. Mm-hmm. We were more physical. I said on defense, we're starting to get that pop, right? They're waking up, but it was too late. So I say going forward in the season, it's early. Now, if this was week 9, oh, no, bro, it's over. We ain't making no adjustments, right? But it goes back to it goes back to coaching. It goes back to having that coordinator. That's where it's going to have to start. It's literally going to have to start at the coordinator position. Literally. Hey, Shane, you coach linebackers. Matter of fact, you're not even coaching your linebackers up to par because Rashawn Evans is not having a good year. Jayon is having an okay year. He had a good game today, but he's not having the Pro Bowl year he was having last year. So something's going to have to change. I mean, Jim, you might come on down, man. Hey, see what you can do. And when you told me he was on the sideline, that kind of gives me hope. So I'm like, okay. But can they do it? Yes. And what they need to do, they need to change coordinators. Something has to happen. What about you, Hawk?
So when I look at adjustments, when looking at this game, Ben Roethlisberger had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. One of the interceptions was a fluke. It was a throw deep in the end zone interception. I mean, it's still on the board. Exactly. And we made the catch on the interception. Some DBs will drop the easiest pass ever, right? Ben should have had 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
If you watch the game, it was so many times where we should have had the interception. I was like, you have to be kidding me. You got to pick that off. That has to be an interception. And it was so many times the football was getting tipped in the air, balls in the air, DBs are looking over here, and the ball's over here, right? And so, for me is, I don't know if we can make adjustments, as crazy as that sounds, because we have who we have. And I think of anything that could add to the defense is Adoree Jackson when he gets back healthy. That might change a lot of things on how we play on defense, where players like Ty Smith is not out there playing cornerback number 1, right? He can play back down a nickel or just play on special teams. So Ty Smith struggled this game. The one touchdown that was on him, he was close. He was there, but he got beat. So when you look at the film, you got to be like, I got beat. That was on me, right? So we're having players play right now probably more than they would be. Now Adoree Jackson coming back, then he'll play in that spot, right? So that's a really good thing going forward. But as far as the team themselves, I just think of anything, the way that they're playing on defense is what they've been doing all season. They will allow you First of all, to get the first down on third down. Second of all, they will allow you to get a lot of yards, but you don't score a lot of points. Okay, we sort of hold you to a certain degree, right? We're kind of in the middle of the pack on points per game allowed. I think we're like 25 points a game. That's like 15th in the league. It's 14th or 15th in the league before this game. Okay, now the Steelers had 27 points. So I might up it just a little bit, but when you look at our defense, the thing that has to be done for things to change right now is two things. And you stated earlier, can we bring somebody in as a defensive coordinator to be specifically the defensive coach? Like Mike Vrabel, be the head coach, bro. You do your thing. I'm going to take my defense. I'm going to bring them back here. They screw up. I'm going to yell at them. I'm going to get on their case, whatever. I'm going to specifically speak to my defense. That's what I do. That's all I do. Just like me. Jock has hair. I don't. Okay? So I can't sit there and tell you how to take care of your hair. Now, I've had hair, and so, okay, I might give you a little bit. But today is October 25th, 2020. I don't have it now. So I can't coach you how to take care of yourself or you take care of your hair, right? I can't do that. So now we have to get somebody that right now can coach the defense. If that doesn't happen, we're going to be who we are. We're just hoping two things can happen. Can we make those plays when interceptions are available? Because our defense, is one of the best, if not number one in the league in turnovers, right? That's what people might not realize. We make teams turn the ball over. We should have had more this game. We should have had more interceptions. But, looking at it, even on special teams, we kind of fought today on special teams. We made Ray McLeod look like Deion Sanders, right? So it's all about putting yourself in the right position on defense, making the tackles, making the interceptions, causing those fumbles. That would change for us. I don't think it's going to be a wholesale adjustment. I think you're going to see what it is. And if we don't make those plays, or we don't get better leadership, then we're not going to make the Super Bowl based just on that alone. We have the team to make it. We have the talent on offense and defense to make the Super Bowl. We're not saying this because we're Titan fans. I just said we had 6 first-round picks on our defense. We have big-name folks on our defense. We got to make it happen. Clowney might have, 8 tackles all season. I mean, that's unbelievable. Like, really? Does Vic Beasley does he have 1 tackle?
He got one today, I think. Almost like a false fumble or something. Like he showed up today with 1 play. He was here.
They have no sacks, and we're paying them both $30 million total, right?
Yep.
No sacks. So we got to figure out a way to get better leadership on the defense. Mike Vrabel's a heck of a coach. Arthur Smith is an incredible offensive coordinator. I'm not worried about that. We got to get more eyes on our defense. Okay.
And we miss Kerry Combs too.
Yeah, we do. We do, man. That's facts.
So yeah, I mean that's facts, Hawk. So
yes, sir.
We know, even though we lost, we know there's some players that did pretty good, and they did their thing. Give me 2 players of the game on offense and 1 on defense.
On offense today, man, I gotta say that boy Arthur Juan Brown, man. Arthur Juan was a problem. For those that don't know, that's his government name. A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown played an unbelievable game today. 6 catches, 153 yards and a touchdown. That's 25 yards per catch, just like he did last season. And it's crazy because most big plays from receivers go for like go routes, post corner routes, post routes. This guy has big plays on slants. I've never seen nothing like that. On a slant. A 3-yard slant, boom, boom, catch, go, touchdown, right? And what happens is AJ's not the fastest guy on the field, but AJ can catch, and he has size. And so it's really hard for smaller DBs to get around him to make the tackle. So that's what makes A.J. Brown, that's what he does. And for Pittsburgh fans that watch the game, if you look at the tape, I'm going to tell you a player on Pittsburgh who had a bad game. That's Minkah Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, the entire game, just kept getting faked, and he just kept running in like he was trying to make the tackle. We spoke on that. I said the defense is going to play for Derrick Henry, and that's exactly what he was doing because he knows about Derrick because they played together in Alabama. But, on that touchdown, that's what happened. So that's why when he scored the touchdown, there was nobody around because Minkah took the pump fake. He was running all down the field, and A.J. Brown was like, hey, I'm open, throw it to me. So Arthur Juan Brown, the Ole Miss product, who him, DK Metcalf, and Randy Moss in their first 20 games, no one has amassed more yards as a receiver than those 3 in NFL history. That's unbelievable. Salute to you, A.J. Brown. You keep balling, sir. Wide receiver number 1 for the Titans. Great job. For me on defense, Jock, I'm going to say 55 the double nickel, Jayon Brown. I felt Jayon Brown played the best game he's had all season. Jayon had 8 tackles. He even had an interception. I felt he covered very well in the second half. He made those adjustments. He didn't really miss any tackles. When Connor was running, and he made a lot of tackles on James Conner. Jayon Brown played like he did last year today. Jayon Brown played a heck of a game, man. So what about for you for offense and defense?
So for offense, I gotta mimic you. AJ, that Joker had 6 catches for 153 yards and a touchdown. Literally 6 catches, 153 yards and a touchdown. You let that sink in, okay?
Yep.
You let that sink in. And I don't know if y'all watching the Seahawks and Arizona game, but his brother, made one heck of a play on Buda Baker.
Yep.
Y'all go watch that.
DK Metcalf, yep.
Yeah, he's a beast. So AJ, man, he's showing me that he is number one. And he's showing me that he's going to be a top-notch receiver for years to come. Literally, years to come. I mean, he's such a threat. Literally, he doesn't have to get 11 catches. I've never seen nothing like that. He doesn't have to get 11 or 12 catches a game to get 153 yards. He can get 3 catches and have 100 yards in the first half. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Ridiculous. He already has 4 touchdowns. And he missed one game, I believe?
He's missed the first game was the Buffalo game.
Okay,
so he's missed 4 games.
4 games. Okay. So it's 4 games, literally.
Yep.
And he's playing catch up. I mean, the Joker's pacing. He could have 1,000 yards this season, literally. So I mean, he stepped up when it was time to step up. I would have loved to see him in that one-on-one situation versus Corey Davis on that last play that Tannehill did, because I know I trust AJ versus not trust Corey. So big up to AJ. And on defense, people, this is gonna kind of shock y'all, but I'm gonna say Amani Hooker.
Hook.
Okay? Mr. Hook, number 37. I call him I call him Byard and Vaccaro mixed together.
Yep. That's how he plays.
That's what it looked like, literally.
Yep.
This Joker, I mean, he was making special teams. Ray almost had a touchdown, people. And you know who stopped that? That was Amani Hooker. Okay?
Yep.
First half, Hooker came through, batted that ball, and he was one of the reasons that we almost had, 4 or 5 interceptions. He came through, he was blitzing, and then he jumped up, batted the ball. I said, okay, Hooker's out here making the play. Yep. Then, on the combination of him and the last play that Roethlisberger had of Jayon being in the right place, tipping it, and him being around the ball to catch that interception. So shout out to Amani Hooker, man. Yep. He's playing with a purpose. I'm glad to see this because Byard hasn't had really a good season, and Vaccaro's had an okay season. So to see that they're playing that 3 safety set and to see Amani kind of blossoming. When he was at Iowa, people, he was a defensive player of the year?
He was defensive player of the year in the Big Ten at safety.
At safety, y'all. Think about that. So he's making plays, and I'm liking it. So for me on defense, he was a spotlight, man, and it was good to see that young man. I'm actually a Monty Hooker fan, man. I'm actually rooting for the kid because if Byard goes down, am I worried? Not really. If Vaccaro goes down, am I worried? Not really, because I know Amani's out there making plays. So he got 2 picks so far this year. So keep it up, young man. Keep it up.
Yep. Facts. So looking at this game, man, with Derrick Henry running hard, he had a decent game. Ryan Tannehill had a good game. So we do feel, me and Jacques talk about this all the time. We feel players are doing what they're supposed to do on offense. Defense, you got to step it up. You're watching this video, defense. You have a very good offense. You don't want to waste years or any time when you have a good offense. You got to try to win that thing. So the defense is going to have to step, because you guys, Ben Roethlisberger was getting frustrated. And so we want to keep that, in the second half, Roethlisberger was like, man, I can't believe this. I mean, we're not scoring or whatever. Okay, cool. That should be like that for the entire game. So,
and Steelers fans, and I know we have something to watch the show. You guys have a lot of work to do too. And I respect the Steelers. That's why I told Hawk this earlier. I said I have mad respect for the Steelers. The Steelers have a good team. But if I was a Steelers fan, that concerns me that, hey, the Titans almost came back and beat us. Yep. And how they came back and almost beat us. They were able to shut Big Ben. I was reading some articles and I was listening to some things, and Steeler Nation was sweating bullets. Literally, Steeler Nation was having a heart attack. They were like, I can't believe this. Big Ben was like, I can't believe he missed the field goal. Woo, thank you, right? So, people, we own to Cincinnati, which we're going to have our show about that. So, it's a good little bounce-back game, but it's not going to be easy.
Nope.
But, people, I always say this. And when I was going to the games, and I say this now, don't panic. Trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Trust what they're doing. No, defensively, we're struggling right now. But now, at one point in this game, we were down 20. We were down 20 points, y'all. Did I not really sweat? I told Hawk, I said, hey, we might lose this game, but I trust them. I trust the offense to get us back in the game. So I trust the process. I hope things get turned around on defense, but I tell any Titans fan, don't panic. We here. We 5-1, y'all.
Yep.
We ain't been 5-1 in since 2008. We here. Let's get to 6-1, and let's get to the playoffs. Let's win the division, and let's just take this thing on to the
Absolutely.
AFC.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends the show, folks. Thank you again, as always, for watching the show, win or lose. We're going to still do these shows. You know what I mean? Hey, we're trying to see these Titans get to the Super Bowl. So, again, you can always give us a contact at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com. As well, you can hit us on Twitter at TitansWeekly247. As well, you can catch us out on Instagram as well at Tennessee Titans Weekly.
Mm-hmm. Also, like I tell you, every show, man, cut the notification bell on by the subscribe.
Bing.
It lets you know when we go live, and it lets you know when we post any content. Literally. Dude, click that button. That button right there, click it. Also, remember, like, share the video. I tell you it all the time. Share it with your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, your cat, any other NFL team out there. Subscribe to the channel, baby. We know your team. We'll talk about your team all day. We got Cincinnati coming up. Cincinnati fans, come on through.
Yep.
Hey, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it cracking. But, hey, we 5-1 people. Tighten up. I trust it. Respectable loss. Let's get to Cincinnati. Let's get this dub, y'all.
Absolutely. So to you and yours, folks, we hope you have a great day and the rest of the weekend. We'll see you this week for the Cincinnati Bengals pregame show. Let's do it.
Get it out.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.